our new video series, Ringgold Rapid Responses. I am Patricia Klein, historian of the Ringgold Band. In this series, we will meet members of the Ringgold Band and Ringgold New Horizons Band and get a glimpse of their life. Welcome Ringgold Band member Jill Haley.
Hi, everybody.
So Jill, what section of the band do you play in?
I play the oboe, so I'm right there in the front, just to the right of Mr. Eppersole.
And do you serve the band any other than playing it?
No, I don't. I just show up on Monday nights and rehearse and play the concerts.
And that's totally okay. Most of our members do that as well. I know I started that way. How long have you been with the Ringgold Band?
Ooh, like so many groups. I started playing for a while, just kind of subbing. I know I started with Jim Seidel, and I'm going to say maybe 3 or 4 years before he retired, because he was the reason I came over to play. I just wanted to play. And he's so much fun to work with. So is Chuck, too.
Yeah. Do you remember your first gig or most memorable experience with the band?
I remember one of my first gigs, and the memorable experience I had was that I never got the message you had to bring your own music stand. Nobody ever told me, so yeah. I pulled up some field and didn't have a music stand because all my orchestra jobs, they've been provided, and yes. So I play in a lot of orchestras, and they usually have black stands there. So I learned real quick. Fortunately, somebody probably had an extra one in their trunk.
I know, I have 3. I've learned.
Yeah. You.
Your experience is a common one. Sometimes, people assume that you know the protocol, and so now we have a protocol in place for new members so that they know what to expect. Another one is to know that you need your music up really fast. You need it in order before the concert starts, otherwise you will be scrambling because there's not a lot of downtime.
No.
So what is your present or past occupation?
My occupation? I have lots of them. We wear lots of hats in this house, and we're constantly changing, and we're yet evolving into yet another new kind of musician. My husband and I are self-employed musicians. I sub a lot in the music programs at Exeter Township School District. I play in the York Symphony. I'm the English horn third oboe player for that. And I am a choir director at Fleetwood UCC Church, music director. I'm not sure there's going to be too much choir going on, so I think it's going to be more bells, handbells, and chamber singing stuff perhaps. Teach about 30 kids at home. Right now I've got about 18 or 19 online. I'm doing private lessons a half hour once a week. I teach the piano and the woodwind instruments like the saxophone, clarinet, flute, and oboe. And then do some other concerts with some other chamber groups.
I know you do keep busy. The one thing I wanted to bring out is you've also been a soloist with the Ringgold Band. And not only have you been a soloist, you've performed your own compositions. And many of your compositions have to do with the national park. Can you explain that?
Sure. About 10 years ago, I started visiting the parks as an artist in residence, which means I apply, and the national park selects a few people to come live in the park for a few weeks and create their art. And there's a whole lot of painters, photographers, there's poets, there's dancers, and musicians. So I go just spend about a month living in the park, hiking, and during the day, and then at night go back to my place that they've given me to live, and write music on my keyboard. And then usually towards the end of the residency, I invite either my husband David out or my good friend Sue McDevitt out to play the piano, and we put together a concert there at the park. Then I come home, record the music and release it as a recording, and then put together concerts of video of the images that inspired the music, and I take that concert, and I've done some concerts with Dave Klein music festivals, and in fact we're doing one on his Americana festival thing he's doing this month. He asked us to do one. Colleges, nursing homes, church, these churches around here have recital programs. So wherever it works, but it's a lot of fun.
And the photographs are photographs that you've taken for the most part, right?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
The photographs are photographs that you have taken as well?
I take photographs, yeah. What I do, like here's one, National Park Soundscapes. There's 12, this was in 2016, 12 different national parks that I visited. and I put up, there's my family, by the way. They all play. Oh, I guess Risa didn't play on this one. But each page in here is about each piece of music. So, so like here's the waters of Acadia. So there's a picture of water of Acadia. Here's Shenandoah Stillness. Here's the sun, the dusk, So each page is about each different park I wrote about. But yeah, I've done about 6 of these recordings, and supposed to go. I was invited to 3 this year, which was unprecedented. I usually if it's very hard to get in, and I finally got into Acadia. I was invited, and of course that's been delayed. I was so sad, but I might be going to a couple others later in the year. We'll see how things unwind. But yeah, in 2016, the Ringgold Band had me play. This is one of the Ringgold Band CDs, which I'm sure are available. And I did a piece of, I put together 4 of my pieces, and then Tom Shade arranged them for band and solo English horn oboe. So we did that at the 164th anniversary concert. We did those, and then last fall for our dinner concert, Chuck allowed me to share one of them again, Prairie Grass Dance, which, by the way, he just sent me the file, the audio file, which he had been recording it under his music stand, and he got it on his computer and sent it to me, and it sounds beautiful. I'm not gonna say I couldn't believe how good it sounded, but the band is just improving so much. It's such
I've been with the band a long time, and the caliber of musicianship really has raised over the years, and I think the board has actively sought that out, to seek out the good musicians. Yeah. And not only we're a historical band, but we're very high quality performing band.
Yeah, it was beautiful. In fact, I'm gonna have a friend of mine put the video together with the band version, and I'll put it up on my Facebook page and whatever, YouTube or something, because I think it'll be cool for people to hear the band version of the Prairie Grass Dance with the video that went.
I'd be happy to do that for you.
Oh, I just sent it to my
guy
because he's also going to EQ but yes, hey, listen, that's good to know for my future, Patty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you touched a little bit, but you didn't talk about it. Can you tell us about your family and your life outside the Ringgold Band?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
A very musical family.
Yeah. My life outside, it's just like, right now it's weird. Our oldest daughter studied the French horn at Curtis Institute of Music in Philadelphia and Rice University in Houston. And then she had a job for 2 years in the San Antonio Symphony. And then she had a long-term sub job in Dallas Symphony, which ended in December. Then she did a 6-week Sarasota Opera Company in Florida. And she did 5 weeks. The 6th week was March 13th. And they said, you know what? You're out of here. So she moved back home because at that point she didn't have an active group she was playing with, and she just needs to kind of figure out what she's doing. So she's she's teaching a couple of kids, online, and which is good, and just trying to figure out the next step. But right now, as being a wind player is pretty scarce stuff going on right now. And then our son is a cellist, Graham, in Evansville Philharmonic. He's the principal cellist there, and he is very happy there. And he's also very happy because they just told him he's hired for the next year, even though we don't know what's going to happen with their series, but they have a string quartet that's endowed. So he will continue to be able to support himself for another year, playing cello, and then hopefully things will start up. And then Risa, his twin sister, is the orchestra director at the Springfield Public School District in Delaware County, because everybody always asks me which one is it, and she loves doing that. She's gonna get tenure this year, Patty. She's been there.
Well, that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? So but she loves it, and she's got the enthusiasm of a 25-year-old, which is great.
She always was very energetic.
Yeah, she still is. Oh, and David Cullen, I don't think I need to say too much about him. He's the guitar guy.
So I was thinking, when the band gets back together, we have no idea when that is, but hopefully in the near future, what is the one song you want to rehearse and perform again with them?
Oh my goodness, I love the Holst suites, the Gustav Holst suites. I love those, and I make no secret of the fact I prefer more of the lyrical stuff as an oboist and coming from mostly an orchestral world, I enjoy that. I know the marches are beloved by our audiences and by many, our members too, and I'm happy to play those, but I love playing the lyrical stuff.
You and I are in the same camp there. We both came
Okay.
from the orchestral background, and I tolerate the marches. I always tell people I don't hate marches. I enjoy listening to them. I do not enjoy performing them. But yeah. So the whole suite, first and second, or both of them?
Whichever one Chuck is happy to do. I would take whichever one. Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything you want our fans to know?
Is there anything I want people to know? Well, I guess I could. What I've been doing during the quarantine time is doing concerts on Sunday night at 7:00 featuring a different national park. And I'm not sure how long into the summer I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do one a week from, well, I'm going to say May 31st, because I don't know when you're putting this out. But anyway, featuring Bandelier National Monument in New Mexico. I don't know are you familiar with that place in New Mexico?
No.
Okay, well, anyway, it's a gorgeous place, and I was there last fall for a month. So I'm going to present some brand new music. Anyway, it's 7:00 on every other Sunday night. I've been doing a concert, kind of highlighting the park. That I've either been an artist in residence at or one that I'm going to in the future. So that's kind of fun. And people can go to my webpage, jillhaley.com, if they want to find out any more stuff. But yeah, that's it, I guess.
That's great to know, Jill. So let's give a big hearty thanks to Jill Haley for sharing her time with the Ringgold Band audience and patrons. I am Patricia Klein, and this is another edition of Ringgold Rapid Responses. Bye.
Take care.